Guys, welcome back. Want to give you an update on the shop, what I've been doing here, what the setup looks like. Lots happened. Haven't done a video in about a month. Been really busy down here trying to get stuff done. I'm teaching this class that starts this week, so I've been busy finishing the project for that, the prototype, making the prints for the project, the syllabus, all that kind of stuff. It actually takes an incredible amount of time to put this together. So I've been busy, haven't had any time to video, but I wanted to give you guys a shop update. I got a lot of subscribers this weekend. I got some links from Blue Hands Video and some other guys that I normally watch their videos. They started watching mine, and you know, that kind of blew up this weekend. So I want to give them a shout out and give you guys an update on the shop. So it's getting crowded. It was a small shop to begin with. This is the basement of my house. This is where the shop is, and I've been building it over the last year or so. So want to give you an update. You guys seen the mill? You know, it's been running for a while, and that was the first thing I got going. The lathe is operational now. The VFD got finished right around the beginning of the year, right after New Year's, so it's been running. The lathe itself needs some work. I think a couple of the gears in the quick change gearbox are stripped, and I think the belts are just so old that they just make a hell of a lot of noise smacking around in there. It's got the variable speed drive, and it just needs to be gone through, and I just haven't had a chance yet to go through there and fix it all up. Anyway, here's the shop. So we got the mill and the lathe, and I can touch both at the same time, so it's a little tight back here. It's not ridiculous, but it's a little tight. It's very workable though. I can work here at the mill at the full extent of all the travel and be comfortable. I can work here at the lathe full extent and be comfortable. I gotta get a different mat solution because this isn't working, but I'm fine. Now, another thing I've done, and this is why I set this shot up this way, is I've been organizing. And it is a pain in the rear, as I'm sure you guys all know. But my wife has been helping me. Interesting enough, she has no interest in machine tools, tools at all, anything about it, but she doesn't mind organizing. She likes puzzles, and this is a hell of a puzzle, so she's been helping me a lot. So I want to show you guys what I've set up here. So here, I've started to set up, sorry about that, like a tooling area. Let me get through here. So in this corner, these walls, this half wall and the shelf that's on top of it was here when we moved in, and it goes around all the way this L or this corner of the basement. And I was gonna rip it out, but it is insulated, you know, behind here, and it makes it look nice and finished. I was gonna rip it out just for that extra foot of space that I could push everything back, but I decided to leave it, and it's working well. So what I did is I started to organize. I just went to Lowe's. I bought a bunch of these organizers. They're not the nicest things in the world. I'd love to have, you know, metal organizing boxes like I have here. I got those at an auction, but it's just not in the budget. These are cheap, easy to, you know, they work fine. It's totally fine. So here's what I got going, and I'm pretty proud of how far we've organized and gotten this set up. And it's been an actual godsend in the last month, just actually how much stuff I've been doing for this project. You know, machining a bunch of stuff, and now I'm not spending 10 minutes digging through the entire box of taps. I just can go to the tap I need. I've never had it organized before, so it's been great. So this is what we got. So in this whole cabinet here, this is 1/64 through 1/2 inch drills, just fractions. So all those sizes, 31/64, 23/64, 13/64, all organized with a bunch of spares. Easy to see. I can run up, and I need a 3/16. Bam, right there. So that's great. Here I have numbered drills from 64 through number 1. A bunch of these are empty because I don't have all these, but you know, here you go. Need a 21. That's something we use a lot, right? Drills. And then over in this one is letter drills, so A through Z. All here I need a P. Well, I don't have any, but it's there. K, G, whatever I need, it's all there, all organized. And then on top I have a couple of indexes I've gotten at auctions. I have some of these, you know, baby up to 80 drills. You know, they're already in an index. I'm hardly ever going to use these, so I just left them here. I can get to them easy. And then sort of my old standby China Chi-Com box here that I just use as my kind of like go-to. I can go grab them. I know these drills are in decent condition. I don't have to sharpen them or anything. So that's all drills right there, right where I can get them and get to them from the lathe, get to them from the mill. Done. Up here in the 4 nice boxes, these are Hoyt boxes or reamers. So I got these actually at an auction. Number 1 to 60 reamers. This isn't all full, but there are quite a lot in there. I got fractional reamers, over-under reamers, and then letter reamers. So again, it's not all full, but there's a good selection here, and I got all this. I forget how much, but it wasn't much. Maybe $80 for all 4 put together. Some kind of steel. It's great. All kinds of adjustable reamers, miscellaneous reamers, metric reamers are up here in this Tupperware. I have another reamer index there. So it takes care of drills, reamers, all that got organized, and that took a long time, actually. Alright, more drills. I got more shank drills up here in this big Rubbermaid Tupperware. I'm going to make some kind of rack for them, probably put it back behind the lathe here. Just haven't gotten to it. Extended length drills, you know, real long drills, a bunch of metric drills, and then some other miscellaneous weird drills. Up here in this box is all taps from 0.80 up to, geez, what's the biggest I have? Inch 12, inch 14. So some big stuff there. All the taps are organized now, metric taps, miscellaneous taps, all kinds of weird stuff. Then the box over here is dies. It goes all with it, 0.80 up to the same size. So that's all done. Taps, dies. Up here I got miscellaneous weird stuff. So I have NPT taps and dies. What else? Screw extractors. I never use those things. Try never to use those. Counterbore drills, engraving tools, a whole bunch of miscellaneous weird stuff. Over here the drills continue, so these are getting bigger. So 33/64 through 25/32, 51/64 through, what's the biggest, inch and 7/16. So big old drills. I've acquired a lot of this through auctions and Craigslist finds. A lot of it came out of the big Kennedy toolbox set that I've shown you guys before. So just getting it organized is great. You know, more drills, you know, some Deming drills that I had in a set. And then these boxes over here start to get into end mills. So I've been working on that this weekend. So flat bottom end mills with some miscellaneous stuff, roughing end mills, some metric stuff, corner rounding end mills. More flat end mills, kind of like the standard sizes we use a ton of, you know, 1/4 inch or 3/8 or whatever. Up here, again, a lot of this came out of the tool and die maker's toolbox I got, but he had a ton of taper end mills and ball end mills that he probably used for making molds, plastic injection molds. So you know, 1 degree or 7 degree or 1.5 degree, all kinds of ball end mills, miscellaneous end mills and chamfer end mills, and you know, big end mills, 1.5 1.5 end mill, and all kinds of stuff. But the name of the game is organization, so trying to get it organized. I had a buddy come over right after the new year, and you know, we were doing something, and it took me like 15 minutes to find something. And he just looked at me and he said, "Mike, you're better than this. You're more organized than this. You would never let me get away with it. You gotta get this organized." And he's right. And he kind of kicked me in the butt a little bit there and got me going. So I've been organizing. It's getting there. I'm not there, but it's getting there. What else is going on in the shop? Let me pop you off and take you for a tour. Hopefully I don't get you sick or anything. Try and be steady with you. So here's all those boxes. All organized. You can see like taps, dies, and drills and end mills. Big stuff. So anyway, that's the organization corner. This is stuff that I've organized into little piles, at least, coming out of auctions and the big toolbox score that I haven't found a home for yet, but at least it's sort of organized. And that's one of the last piles. It's that pile, and then there's a pile in the drill press. See, looking back at this corner, so there's the lathe. And there's the mill. Ooh, kind of blinds you, doesn't it? I put my rolling little table here, and it may just be taking up too much room, but I like that I can sort of work at the lathe, turn around and work here. So, you know, I got some tooling set up. I'll get something more permanent than this foam. Got a bunch of files going through from my auction scores. You know, it's like another work surface. The horizontal bandsaw. I can't believe I didn't talk about this. Think about it. So the Kalamazoo horizontal bandsaw that you've seen sitting in the shop that has never worked, works. So I spent a weekend, I rewired the entire thing. It was a complete pain in the rear. The wiring was snaked all through the casting and held in with these clips and brittle and nasty, and it was a pain. But I ripped it all out, and I rewired the whole thing, and it works like a charm. So it was just crap old nasty wiring. It didn't look like the original wiring. It looked like it had been redone by a previous owner, probably a long time ago at this point, maybe 20-25 years ago, and it was just deteriorated and shot. So I have a bit of a tarp here. And I just use this to catch most of the crap. But it works great. It's got a hydraulic ram, so you lock your stock up, you get the saw going, you crank open that valve, and the hydraulic ram just lets it ease down at the exact rate you want to and cut stuff off. And it's been great. I've been using it. I think it's on right now. Yep. There it is running. So it's been running, that's been great. What else we got around here? What other updates do we have for you? This is a shot of the lathe. It's another one of those Lowe's LED work lights. That thing works killer. Here's the horizontal bandsaw. Here's the valve here. So you just crack this open. You can see it's coming down. It's way too fast to be cutting anything normally, but just for the purpose of the video. You can see when it reaches all the way down, it turns the saw off. The drill press has still not been tackled. Still haven't fixed that. I got the cover open, so I'm going to delete all that and put a little VFD on it. I'm in love with VFDs now. They're easy to use once I got past the hurdle of learning how to use them. Crap on top is the only other pile of crap that needs to be organized, put away. and then the shop's in pretty decent condition. I have to figure out a place to put stock. So far I've used under my table here. It's got some stock. I think it's too dark for you to see. Brass and aluminum plastic has gone under there. And then under the drill press right now is kind of more stock. Let's see. Get a flashlight. You know, steel and all kinds of other stock is under here. So that isn't organized yet, but it's out of the way. So that's what we look like. Kind of the lathe, the mill, the work area is all back in this corner with the big Kennedy toolbox that you guys have seen before. That's all back there. It's kind of the working area. The bandsaw, the horizontal bandsaw and the drill press, will figure out how they're going to live together in a little while, but right now it's workable. And then over here is kind of my assembly, play, test, sit down, figure stuff out area. Alright, so let me grab the tripod so I stop making you guys sick, and I'll show you the project that we put together here for the Votech class I'll teach you. Alright, so I'm teaching this intro to machining or machine technology, whatever you want to call it, at the local Votech at night this winter, February through April. And it hasn't been taught there before. It's an adult education class, sort of get people who are interested to come check it out. So what I did is I put together a project that I did back in college as sort of our intro to machining when I was in school. And as far as I could sort of remember the concept, I put together this project. It's a simple air motor, wobbler type, single piston, single cylinder, single acting air motor, essentially the easiest one you could come up with. It's a very similar design to others you've seen out there. Actually, Mr. Pete just put together a video on this recently, which was, I thought, a funny coincidence that I was doing it sort of at the same time. So it's a pretty simple project. This is sort of the prototype that I threw together to make sure it's going to work for the purposes of the class. Easy enough to do, not too difficult. Pretty simple. So it's got a base and upright, a flywheel that I'm going to increase in size a lot to make it run smoother, so the kids don't have to worry so much about making it precise. Screw, a spring, inlet air, a cylinder, the piston, and a crank with the crank rod going through. So pretty simple, straightforward stuff. You guys have seen this before. Mine doesn't run that well. I sort of taken each piece and modified it as I went to fix the drawings and for the purposes of the class. I'll show you guys how it runs here. I think you can see that. It's still in frame? Yeah. Pretty simple, straightforward project, but fun, I think. We're doing a 10 class session, so 10 evenings, 3 hours an evening, and I'm figuring we can do a part an evening between setup and breakdown, doing some sidebar conversations on speeds and feeds and you know, tap drill sizes and edge finding and squaring up stock and all that kind of basic stuff, as well as making the parts. So I think it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. So the shop's been working well. Been doing a lot, been busy. Hope to make some more videos. Think I'm going to invest in a new camera because it just doesn't seem to work very well. And hopefully that'll make the videos a little clearer, crisper, the sound a little better, which people have been giving me some comments on that it doesn't sound very good, like it's quiet. So hopefully we can fix that too. So looking forward to making some more videos, and we'll check in with you guys later.